What's up, cyberspace cadets? It's Irate Prostate here. It's Monday, and I'm Irate with Chaos 120. And in the studio tonight with me as a guest tonight is Miss Thorn Midnight. Say hey.
Hello.
And then, of course, the usual suspects, including Terra Sin. Cyberspace cadets? It's Irate Prostate here. And Veteran Mountain Man.
I think he's still over by the kitchen.
Okay, and Scooby.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. So we were just sitting around relaxing and talking about some of the stuff that we've run into story-wise tonight. And
and then I dropped Bigfoot porn on everybody.
So I think, you know, without introduction, the word Bigfoot porn kind of just says it all right there. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what's going on there, Thorn?
Sure, I'll read it out. So this is, I'm going to have to apologize for there's some hyperbole in this because it's Huffington Post, so what the fuck do you expect? But it's still decent. So, Bigfoot porn has become a major controversy in a U.S. House race. Yes, seriously, I swear it's HuffPo and not The Onion. So, yep. Democratic candidate in a hotly contested U.S. House race in Virginia has accused her opponent of supporting white supremacists. Oh, and of liking Bigfoot porn.
That's fantastic.
Good Lord, what are we coming to? Sasquatch porn.
Oh no, not just like liking it. He wrote a book.
Yeah. Let's hear about
not
that.
only a fan of Bigfoot porn, I write erotica.
Oh,
so we're gonna end up with Sasquatch on the sex truck.
Right.
Well, I think I know what book is going into my library, right in between the Federalist and Anti-Federalist papers.
I still, like, my buddies thought this pic was a fitting post by him. My buddies thought this pic was fitting for my birthday next week, and it's basically a picture of Bigfoot with his face on it and a giant blacked out censor bar for the dick. And the book's called Mating Habits of Bigfoot and Why Women Want Him.
Oh, good Lord.
Really? I just stand hairy men.
Well,
This is a Republican candidate. Usually it's a Democratic candidate doing the weird shit. It's a refreshing change of pace.
Well, apparently the book he wrote was Bigfoot Exterminators, Inc., the partially cautionary, mostly true tale of Monster Hunt 2006. Wow.
Shit.
That sounds funny. Actually, that might be actually funny. You know?
You know, I hate saying this, but I mean, it's usually the things with the Democrats. It's actually some sick and disturbing shit. This is the type of guy you want to invite to a barbecue as long as there's no one there under 18.
It's very possible. Yeah, it's very possible that this book doesn't actually have any erotica in it, and the name is just very suggestive.
It is possible.
Yeah. I mean, the book's not out yet, so we don't fucking know, do we?
Well, either way, they just guaranteed this guy a spot on the New York Times bestsellers list because of this.
Oh, Mr. Midnight said, no, it's porn. It's in the New York Times. They covered it a little bit better, and apparently, yes, it is erotic.
Oh, that's great.
This guy, yeah.
Well, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've fapped to to Sasquatches. So thanks for that. I'll keep an eye out for that book.
I guess he's been running since 2015, so this has been a thing for a bit. Bigfoot erotica. Oh no, Bigfoot erotica has been a thing since like 2015.
Oh gosh.
This isn't new, and he's not hiding it either. He doesn't seem to care.
Rule 34, yes. Once again,
yeah.
Yes. Once again, it's proof. Proof that Rule 34 is infallible.
Here's a fun one. The seat is up for grabs after Republican incumbent Representative Tom Garrett abruptly announced in May that he was an alcoholic and would not seek re-election. His resignation came days after a Political report accused Garrett and his wife of turning staffers into personal servants.
Ooh,
and I'm
shit.
guessing since he left, that might have been true.
Oh my god.
He didn't want them to look into it.
Oh my god.
That's
Wow.
really fucking. That's more fucked up than the Bigfoot porn, actually.
It's all fucked
That
up.
is, but you know what? I think I'd rather the Bigfoot erotica than the
Slavery.
abuse of staffers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning
I-
interns into slave labor.
Yeah. Really knock, Bigfoot erotica when you start talking, abuse of personal staff.
Yeah,
That's two different.
Nope.
That's two different leagues
No,
there.
no moral fagging needed on that one.
Yeah. So I'm just like all giggling, and then I got to that part and was like, oh fuck. Well, that puts a
Shit.
damper on shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's some heavy shit. Like I'm always like, the fact that he chose to drop out rather than have that investigated tells me that he's guilty. Because they can't look into it if he's not the representative anymore.
It's crazy.
I mean, they still could, but they're not going to.
Yeah. They'll sweep it under the rug, and he'll go become a lobbyist.
Mr. Midnight has a giant box. What's in the box? Oh my god.
Oh, guys, I just got a great meme.
Mr. Midnight got me a Yeti.
Got you a Yeti?
Yeti Casper, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Nice.
not a microphone?
Blue, that's like,
Oh. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Go for it.
So, guys, I'm throwing something in the general here real quick. The meme I just found. It just came across my Twitter feed. It was phenomenal. I thought this was appropriate since the Occupy ICE movement ended in occupying the pavement
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
Portland.
Yeah, that's excellent.
So,
I got something across Twitter to Chaos News 120.
Okay.
As her breast implant was deflated by a rogue hockey puck at the Stanley Cup game.
wait, what?
Right.
I'm sorry, I heard breast implant and deflated.
Yes. Former porn star Mia Khalifa has a unique and painful souvenir from this year's NHL playoffs.
Ouch. Oh no.
With the UK's Daily Star, Khalifa, now the co-host of podcast Sports Ball, revealed that she'll undergo reconstructive surgery after allegedly being hit by a flying hockey puck earlier this year.
Oh,
I
fuck,
was
I can't even
behind
laugh.
the glass during a game, and it came shooting over the glass, and it caught me off guard. Yeah, it was coming. Well, no shit, bitch. And Khalifa, 25, she added to the Star, I grabbed my chest and I didn't want to let go because it felt like if I let go, it'd be everywhere.
Ooh.
Khalifa noted that that pucks are really heavy. And it was traveling at about 80 miles per hour when it allegedly struck her.
Yeah, that's probably one of those things. She saw it coming and there wasn't shit she could do about it.
My left breast is slightly deflated now. I will be getting it fixed next year, she said.
I love this.
Her grabbing, there's an image of her grabbing her boob and holding the hockey puck that hit it.
I can't even laugh. I feel bad for her.
She tweeted, also, I got hit in the boob with a puck during the game. I am 80% sure it ruptured an implant.
Oh.
But the good news is, I got a game-used puck from a Cup playoff game. Worth it.
On the bright side of shit.
If you're saying it's worth it, don't bitch that your tit got deflated.
Yeah, man.
I know. She can still bitch. That fucking shit hurts. I've been hit by a puck before. That shit hurts.
I'm just
Boobs
surprised
by all
that this
sorts of
isn't.
shit.
I'm just surprised this isn't a major international news story right now because. Oh no! Wait! They're so busy,
Bitching about Trump.
Yeah, bitching about the president that nothing else makes news.
Okay, so
told people it is a self-diagnosed injury that occurred as she described on her Instagram post from May.
Okay, and this is an interesting factoid. All NHL and AHL pucks are frozen before the game. They are. It's a hard disc of vulcanized rubber. Standard is 1 inch thick and 3 inches in diameter and weighs between 5.5 and 6 ounces.
And it hurts like hell.
Some pucks are heavy.
yeah.
Oh yes, they do. Oh yes,
I
they
was
do.
the left defensive wing for about a good 6 years.
I can see that.
I got hit. I was in a park and there's some guys that were playing like street hockey, whatever, and I actually got hit in the thigh by one.
I'm posting the link so you guys can look because she's holding the official hockey puck. It's got the official shit all over it.
I mean, at least she's laughing about it. I appreciate that she's laughing about it.
Let's see. Alongside the May photo of Khalifa taken at the Capital One Arena, she wrote at the time, also got hit in the boob. She echoed the star, I got to take it home. It was the single greatest souvenir any hockey fan can get. A game-used puck at you and hits you.
Man.
Somewhere there's a video of a woman that got hit in the face.
You know
by
what? She looks familiar to me. I think is she the one that is she the one that would do the porn with the hijab and shit?
Yeah.
That's her, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. She's Middle Eastern.
Yeah, because they were because she's gotten a lot of shit for doing that, man. Because she basically claimed that she was an atheist and she wasn't gonna wear the accoutrement anymore. And she came to the United States and started doing porn. It was a big fuck you to Islam. Okay.
My brother's horrible. I have told him multiple times. It's Chaos News 120.
Ichabod said if someone with the clitoral extension or hit someone with the clitoral extension or something, would it have popped that pussy?
Nice,
in the worst
Ichabod.
possible way.
Hey, Ichabod, how you doing, man?
Fun fact: I've actually been violated by a fucking hockey stick. So,
Ooh.
yes, on accident. It's a long ass story. Actually, no, it isn't.
The owner from house fire.
There
well, I
we
was gonna
ask.
say, just don't wear loose pants and no underwear while playing floor hockey.
Ow.
Crazy. Weird.
Ow. Ow. My heart
Yeah,
goes out to you.
I know, I always like to joke that I found the female version of getting kicked in the balls because I felt like I was gonna puke.
Well, then you might have been. Because that's usually how I feel when I get kicked in the nuts or sit on my...
Everything from the waist down hurt.
Alright, so a dog named Lucifer saves owner from house fire. Owner was sleeping when the fire broke out.
Doggy.
Kansas. A dog named Lucifer rescued its owner from a burning home in Kansas. United Press International. Harry Moore was asleep on his living room chair when a fire broke out around 2 a.m. in his home. UPI reported the smoke detectors weren't working. He would have kept sleeping if it wasn't for Lucifer.
Oh, wow.
But
A poodle named Lucifer.
jumped up in my lap.
That's amazing.
Hey, you haven't met many small poodles.
I turned around and the house was on fire. KWCH-TV. Made it, to be honest, because it just happened so fast. To get up and safely exit the home with Lucifer and his other dog, but he suffered from smoke inhalation after going back into the house to get some personal items. Department said the fire was
Of
caused by
course.
improper extension cords, meaning he was using one too many out of one outlet.
Mhm. That will do it too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You're roboting.
Question.
Who's roboting?
Everything sounds fine to me. I think it's you.
Veteran?
Sounded like Tara was roboting.
I didn't hear it.
She's, I was gonna say, Tara, though, the first bit of your conversations are cutting off because I think,
Discord fucking hates me.
yeah, you should turn up the sensitivity just a bit if you can. It's cutting off like half of the first
You
word
got a
of
dirty
everything that
mind,
you're saying.
Scooby. I know exactly what you're thinking, dude. Turn the sensitivity up just a little bit.
Right.
No, it's actually, you know what, with the dirty mind, I was actually chuckling to myself because her roommate and the roommate's kid are really loud. So I was just thinking of all the background noise that she's going to pick up now. That's what I was chuckling, thinking about. You know, she lives with that, she's very, I think she's pretty, but she's very big. She's a very big, pretty girl. And she's got this really crazy kid, and they're very loud. And that was all. I was thinking of all the noise that you're going to hear now.
Well,
Yeah, they're wild.
Actually,
No,
actually, they're both upstairs now.
no
Okay.
rule says you can't be bigger and pretty.
Oh, I love big, pretty chicks. That's my thing. You know, I never was really into like skinny broads. Not my thing.
Well, but there's big and there's obese.
Oh, I'm not into obese. No.
Oh,
If she looks like a stack of pancakes sliding down a staircase, I ain't interested in her. But if
So I'm not your type.
otherwise- What, you're not
Scooby, I'm
obese?
just gonna. Scooby,
No,
I'm gonna
I'm
say it
skinny.
this way.
Hmm?
Like she has a spare tire around her.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind a spare tire either. No, I'm just saying I can't go for if she wears heels and she strikes oil, she ain't my type. But no, Thorn, I seen what you look like before. You're very pretty. And no, you're fine. You're not. When I say skinny, like I'm talking like those bones, like what the fuck was her name? She used to be on Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Shelly, what's her name?
Oh, where all the
Shelley
skin,
Long.
where all the skin's like pulled over the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Shelley Long.
Oh, you mean like
They're
the
like-
Olsen twins are today?
Yes.
Yeah, that I can't handle.
no.
I can't handle that.
Yeah.
What the
You know,
fuck
it's not
happened to
like-
them, by the way?
Well, the parents gave them the pills to make them stop growing. That's why they stopped at 4 foot. And no one really. What the fuck you want these two munchkins with big heads? So they really don't have much of a career left, I don't think.
I think they do like fashion and stuff now because what else are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're rich as hell and they're all over Manhattan. They're on the social scene. I'll be completely honest. From all them years holding the velvet rope, wearing an earpiece, doing that shit with these assholes, I can't fucking stand them. Like, I'll be at a supermarket and they'll be like, an Us Weekly on the stand. I get nauseous looking at it. I hate celebrities.
Assholes.
You know,
Yeah.
I met a celebrity
Shoots
once.
and kills husband over pornography.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
that one earlier today.
Hold up, Dawn, what were you saying? You met a celebrity once? I want to hear this.
So, she's actually really, really nice. I used to work at this place in Miami Beach. Miami Beach. It was like a pet store for like fucking high-end pet store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there was a lady that came in. She was super nice and acting really strange. And when she went and signed her name, I saw it said Anna Kournikova.
Oh, wow.
But she was like
Cool.
all like on the down low, like wearing a jacket and the big glasses and everything.
She's
She actually,
fine, man.
she's really nice. We ended up talking for 20 minutes about her dogs, and she dropped like $500 on toys.
Oh, wow. That's really
Any-
cool.
Anybody that spends that much on their dogs is an okay person.
I agree. Really good
That's my.
Nice.
Came in like 3 more times while I worked there. When I was there. So yeah.
See, that's a lot nicer than like anything I could really relate. I mean, I've met celebrities. I had 2 nice run-ins out of like maybe a couple of dozen. So, yeah, that really doesn't bode that well for celebrities. I did actually once. This is really cool. I prevented a group of morons from bothering a celebrity. I was in the city. I was with my wife's family, and there was a group of people, and over by the window, I don't know why he decided to sit there, was Gilbert Gottfried, and he was shoveling a sandwich down his face like, he was going to get shot in the morning. And so...
Which wouldn't be a surprise.
Everyone's standing around in front of the subway. Oh my God, it's Gilbert Gottfried. Let's go in. Now this is like a large group of people. And her family even started to pipe in and chime in. So I go like this, oh! And so they all stop and they look at me and go, are you people all retarded? I said, look at this man. He's in there eating his lunch. He's enjoying himself. He's completely cut off from the world right now. He's in his own little place. You're going to go surround him and harass him? What the fuck's the matter with you? I said, you really want his autograph? Have the decency. I don't think he's going to go out the exit in the back by where they bring the food. I call it a hunch. He's going to come out the front door. Let the man eat a sandwich. I shouldn't have to say this to people. They wanted to actually, like, form a mob and go in there and surround while he's eating his lunch and, like, get his autograph. I'm like, why? Let the man eat his lunch. Wait till he comes out, for God's sake. You're not going anywhere. You're standing there anyway. It's going to take 2 seconds. I mean, it's a sandwich. It's not like he's in there having filet mignon and they're feeding it to him with a fork.
Yep. I agree with that.
William Shatner was catching shit for this the other day because he was complaining that somebody came up while he was having dinner with his family and was bothering him for a fucking autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so now William Shatner is catching shit for this. He was saying, if we're out and we're trying to just enjoy our day, just leave us alone. We're people like everybody else. And people are trying to find, like, loopholes for it. And he's like, no, what did I say? Leave me alone.
Yeah, seriously. If anything, wait till you see the man going to leave and then really approach him. Most people say, if you say to him, Mr. Shatner, I saw that you were eating dinner. I didn't want to bother you. Usually they'll say thank you, and they might even, instead of just signing their name, they might write a little note or something, Show him a little bit of courtesy.
Yeah.
He was saying if he's with his family, he doesn't want you to approach him at all.
Yeah,
Go
I
away.
understand that. Yeah, that I can understand that when you're with the family, especially. But because he might have his grandchildren with him, And some of these people are. I mean, come on, it's Star Trek. They're not exactly rational.
Right? Yeah.
Get a little kooky about that shit.
How dare you talk about Burnside like that?
I mean, we are kind of weird about it.
Oh
So-
yeah, believe me.
We've been joined by Irving. Hey, man.
Hey, Irving, how you doing,
How's
man?
it going?
Hey, Irv.
Great.
How are you guys?
So, did you guys hear about this? The Philadelphia mayor has rescinded the data sharing program with Immigration and Custom Enforcement.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so Democrat Mayor Jim Kenney ended the program and is trying to create more of a sanctuary status in Philadelphia.
Of course.
Yeah.
ICE is deeply disappointed, portioned in the city's decision. Despite the attempts to obstruct ICE's lawful efforts to apprehend criminal aliens, the agency remains committed to its efforts to uphold public safety in the city of Philadelphia. Well, at least ICE is going to continue standing up for the city.
Yeah.
Any hope from the great north above us there, Irving?
Oh, really? Is that how bad it is that you're
That's
trying?
a no. That's a fucking no.
No. Now my asshole turdo there is trying to federally ban handguns.
Oh Jesus, man!
Oh, fuck a duck.
So do I need to
That's
send
gonna
you?
go
Do
well.
I need to send you the plans for the Liberator pistol then? The one that you can print out in your living room.
I
There
don't
you-
think some people realize how poorly that's going to go over, considering the number of liberals that also own guns.
Yeah.
What, here in Canada?
Either country.
Nah.
Yeah. They don't want you to know that they own them. It's not that it's something they don't talk about with their with their cute little safe with the the thumb scanner, and then they put in the code.
Oh, I see you've never been to Wisconsin. It's like that shit is right by the bed.
Oh yeah, no, I've been, believe me, I've been to some of the houses. Bless you. I've been to some of the houses on Long Island and some of the houses. These people, I mean, you see what they go through. I knew one guy. He had like the hand scanner, the eye scanner. You had to put in the code, and then he reaches in, and you think, okay, what's he gonna pull out, a howitzer? And he pulls out a fucking Glock, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, really? All that for a Glock?
Well, what's funny is, I have at least one friend that lives in the UP, and they're just like, they just don't kind of advertise that there's not gun enthusiasts in the UP, just people who have guns, and they're just like, oh yeah, I got a few of them, don't you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much like in Canada.
I mean, that's the UP is basically the Canadian accent.
I grew up, you know what, I can say this now because my father's been gone 10 years this past July, but I grew up in an era, and I grew up in a location where when I was a boy, basically, you had to be careful, like, what jars and vases you put your hand in because you might accidentally pull out a 38.
I know that one, man. I know that one.
That's just one of those things, and it amazed me, like, when they first started going all gun happy when I was a kid, like, with the Second Amendment, people don't realize how liberal New York used to be. I think Prostate can probably tell you, because he was here back in the day. Back when I was a kid, he came up here visiting. Yeah. And basically, you go into a bar and everyone had a piece in their waistband. That's just how it was. Everyone carried. New York never really, like, had a heavy duty rifle culture, because there's really nothing to shoot here unless you well, I mean, there is, but we could take that another time. But, there was no hunting is my point. So everyone, like, pistol culture was really big. Yeah. And it amazed me when they started taking away our guns. It really did. And everyone thought it's always been like that here. And that's the reason you didn't get mugged. When I was a kid, I remember there were times I was on the train and you'd see somebody try some shit. This before the Brady Bill. I was a real little boy. But I'd be on the subway with one of my sisters. And I watched somebody, and this guy went, he got out of line, and this guy pulled out a 45. He's like, I'll blow your fucking head off. Get away from me.
What was that guy's name? Bernard Getz? Scooby? The one that they passed the vigilante bill because he shot a couple of people on the train one night defending himself?
Oh, God, I forget. This is the sad thing. You used to hear about a lot of shit like that. Like, people were getting smoked in the park constantly. That's actually why you started getting all that crime in, like, Central Park, was when they started taking away people's right to carry, conceal and carry. Because I remember when I was a kid,
hey, Burnside.
Hey, Burnside. My father was
hey,
guys. We'd go down to the docks, and my father was the type, he never wanted to go nowhere because he didn't want to run into no criminals. But we'd go down to the docks because the man was a fisherman, and I'd be sitting there and I'd be like, Pop, how come, we're down here at the docks? I said, aren't you afraid of X, Y, and Z? Because he had all these colorful terms for people I didn't know at the time you shouldn't say. And he'd look at me and he'd go, Pichota, don't worry about it. I got Jezza Walder with me. I go, oh, who's Jezza Walder? Jezza Walder was a 45 caliber ACP 1917 double action Colt revolver with an extended barrel he had in his tackle box, and he kept the thing loaded with wad cutters.
Oh man,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, and my father was the type. Yeah, he was the type. He added his own little mixture to the powder. My brother used to say he said it was through Christ's goodwill that the gun never exploded in his hand, because my father would put such a mixture in there that this thing would kick and the gun could go flying out your hand if you didn't have a good grip on it. But yeah, different times, man.
Speaking of 45s, I was watching actually a video on YouTube today. Shots at an Ozark Trail cast iron skillet. And I was actually impressed that the 9mm went through the thing. But when they fired the 40 and then the 45 at it, the rounds were so similar in result, I just had to laugh.
Yeah.
Because people give me hell about carrying a 40.
Here's a fun story. This is a story that was told to me secondhand about someone's grandmother. So, she's African American. Her grandmother's African American, and her grandmother left the South to come live up here in Chicago. And since she's by herself, she has no family, she ended up getting herself a small snub-nosed revolver. I don't know what fucking type it is, and neither did she. But, you know, small gun, good for someone with small hands. Decent gun for the 60s. And since she didn't really want her neighbors to know she had it, because she was half afraid somebody was going to rob her for the gun, she hid it somewhere. A couple months into being in Chicago, she gets herself a stalker. And one night, she wakes up, and like she didn't quite know why she woke up, and then she realized that somebody's in her apartment, and it's this fucking stalker. And he starts talking to her, and somehow she managed to convince him that she was going to make him a cup of coffee, and he agreed. So she goes into the kitchen and pulls her revolver out of the coffee can. Because that's where she kept it. She's like, she never kept it in the kitchen again. It stayed in her nightstand.
Not really the best place for a 38, but hey, it works, right?
Yeah.
She didn't want her neighbors to know that she had it because she was scared she's going to get robbed for the gun.
Well, back then it tended to kind of be a problem. Nowadays, they just rob you for everything else in the household, thinking you don't have the gun.
Right.
Yeah, because now you can't have the gun.
For a long time, they actually did have a handgun ban, but thankfully, they had the somewhat common sense to lift it, so now you can legally own 38s and 9mm and all that fun shit.
You can conceal, too.
Yeah, until they decide to try and fucking repeal that for some dumbass reason, but I doubt they're going to be able to do that.
I think the cops here really like the being able to conceal thing, though. So I don't think that's
yeah,
gonna
they
get
love the shit out of it. It's just Ron Fuhrer that's decided, no, you cannot conceal.
Speaking of hand cannons,
Hand cannons.
Oh yeah!
shoots, kills husband over pornography.
There we go. Good segue.
Nice.
A woman was
I'm glad I
arrested
wasn't
Saturday
smoking.
after telling police she shot and killed her husband because he brought pornography. The county sheriff's office said it received a call around 2:30 p.m. from 69-year-old Patricia Hill. She just shot her 65-year-old husband, Frank. When police arrived at the home, located about 36 miles south of Little Rock, Frank Hill dead in a shed on the property.
Yeah.
Hill sustained 2 gunshot wounds to the upper and lower body. The sheriff's office said that during an interview with Hill, she told investigators she arrived home and went to the shed on her property to confront her husband. Never been any physical altercations between the couple. Hill stated she disagreed with her husband's purchase of video pornography via the television guide, which she canceled upon discovering the purchase. But Mr. Hill managed to place a subsequent order. Lafayette Wood Jr. said, Mrs. Hill stated that she entered the shed and asked her husband to leave, but he refused. Leave the shed. Hill told investigators she went back into their home and got a .22 caliber pistol.
Oh, for the love of God!
You won't stop dancing with the devil, I'll send your ass there.
Out of all things to kill a man with? Come on!
Well,
He went back to the
it was
shed.
for fapping. I mean, come on, think about it.
Yeah, maybe she was just trying to
Well,
woo
see,
him.
now here's the deal, though, man. This is really weird because it's like my old man and my mom like have this weird thing, where like it's like the dude is 78 years old, right? And I'm like, fuck, if I can get it up when I'm 78, I'm gonna spank my monkey as much as I can, but I got a call from my sister, and it's like my mom had called him and shit. And I'm like, what in the fuck is the problem, y'all? And they were like all up in my face about it. So, supposedly my dad can't have access to any pornography now.
That's just fucking ridiculous.
Wow, what the
Come
fuck?
on, he's a grown-ass
Go
man.
buy your dad some porn.
Hashtag USB. Oh, I set him up, dude. Don't worry. You know I set the guy up.
Went back to this
God
a
damn.
short time later where she entered and shot her husband twice, striking him once in the leg and once in the head.
Damn.
Oh!
Mrs. Hill stated that she returned inside the residence where she returned the weapon and called 911 to report the shooting. Investigators do not believe the incident had anything to do with self-defense. Hill is currently in Jefferson County's detention center on felony probable cause for capital murder in the shooting death of her husband without bond, and will stay there until her court date next week.
Gonna go
In the
no
brain,
shit.
not the chest. Headshots are the very best.
I do need a caveat here. If my niece's future husband is listening to this didn't happen. Okay? Forget everything you just heard. Okay? Just saying.
So, guys, apparently Governor Cuomo of New York is talking about making plastic straw ownership a felony as well.
Why a
So-
felony?
I'm just so happy that
I'm gonna
Chicago
need a
wasn't the
minute.
first to do this shit.
So,
At that point, that's all I can be happy about.
do we need to send you supplies? Do I need to go raid the 7-Eleven for plastic straws and
I
mail them to
actually
you?
don't. I actually don't use straws, but I do that by choice, and I didn't expect somebody to make a fucking law. No styrofoam cups.
Right over there, Scoop.
Well, what about
I
hospital?
had to mute myself for a minute so I could curse.
I'm a weirdo that carries around their own container for drinks.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Scoob, do I need to send you several boxes of plastic straws, brand new?
No,
Do you know when he's planning on doing this?
Sometime in the next month, according to the article here.
I'm gonna go buy as many boxes of those fucking things now from the Dollar Tree as I can. You got no idea. I'm gonna find out where that Fredo brother of his lives, and I'm gonna just start stuffing them in his fucking door so that prick starts getting fined over and over and over. These fucking
Yeah, do it! Do
Oh
it!
my
Do
God,
it!
these fucking Democrats. You know what? Now I'm waiting for this goddamn civil war. I want these fucking people clapped in iron. He can be the one down there that fucking big in the. He can dig the wall himself. That fucking Dago prick bastard. That fucking mafioso. Excuse me.
And Scooby's off and going again.
Scooby's self-censoring.
Can you blame him? Come on,
Poor
this
guy.
asshole's
That's what I
trying to
love
make
about the
straws
man.
illegal.
Hey,
am I the only
Burnside.
weirdo that carries their own shit?
Oh no, I carry a Hydro flask at work, so I mean it's a stainless steel water bottle.
Yeah, same.
But you know, Burnside, they're trying to make plastic straws illegal in Oregon too.
I have
Governor Brown's talking about Governor
Is
Brown's
this
talking about
secret
bringing a bill at the next station. Huh? So
You gotta be shitting me. Their master plan is to make straws illegal. What?
these
no, here's the
dumbasses
thing.
believe the propaganda.
It's those
Dear-
straws, man.
No, dear
Come
West
on.
Coast, you literally now have something that we can call fire season, and you're worried about plastic straws.
Well, to be fair, the West Coast always had a fire season. The seasons in
I mean, it's getting way
California,
worse. It's way
the
fucking
seasons
worse.
in California were wildfires, flash floods, mudslides, and riots back in the 90s. And it's the same as it was back then. Believe me, I've been looking at the statistics.
don't
Summer
forget
is
those
basically
epidemics.
summer in California is basically just fuck you season.
Yeah, but the fires are no worse when you account for the fact that
It
none
is
of the
nature
areas have
trying
been
to
logged.
literally uproot its inherent communist residents.
And it's been going since, like, I mean, because of the Santa Ana Wiz, it's been going since before, people started living there. I mean, great evidence of that is the song L.A. Woman from 1968 or 70, I can't remember, where he talks about your hills are burning, filled with fire. I mean, he's talking about those fires. So it's not like it's a new thing. It's not like it's global warming. You know.
Oh, an American Cell asked, how is Florida not banned straws yet? Because they're the one state that should, so they won't. No, I'm not even joking about that.
I'm just all about the people, in the hospitals, man. What are they going to drink through?
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, so the thing is this is about disposable straws, not about long-term use straws. And I don't know about y'all, but I know here in Oregon, they use those plastic tumbler cups with the hard plastic straws that aren't disposable in the hospitals.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Also, theoretically, you could use metal straws and put them in an autoclave when they're done.
yeah, you could. The big thing, though, is that these people have bought into the BS propaganda, which actually came from a 10-year-old science project, that 500 million straws are thrown away every day in the United States.
What?
And it's not actually that many. It's actually closer to 176 million straws are thrown away every day. And most of them end up in landfills, not in the ocean. But the discussion is that there's 500 million straws thrown away a day, and 60% of them end up in the ocean.
Okay, so
Crock of shit.
So
Florida
there-
hasn't made it illegal to have plastic straws is because we're not as fucking stupid as the rest of the country thinks we are.
I've lived in Florida. That's not true.
Y'all really
I
are.
actually live in Florida. I know it's true.
Florida
I've
ain't as
lived in
stupid as
Florida
the rest
for
of the
4
country.
years. You are as stupid as the rest of the country.
Well, straws crucial.
No,
to
we are
mass
not.
Are straws
Yo-
crucial to mass production? Because maybe that would explain.
You do realize that you literally, you guys, you make fun of Illinois for having a mayor, a governor that went to jail. So you guys had a governor that was up on criminal charges and then voted in it.
I didn't vote the motherfucker in.
I didn't vote for him either.
I got you.
Y'all keep
Oregon-
electing Governor Skeletor.
Oregon.
Actually, that's all the fucking Republicans down here because he's a goddamn Republican.
Yeah, they vote for anybody with an R in front of their name.
Oregon re-elected Governor Kitzhopper, who was under federal investigation for bribery.
Well, Oregon's retarded.
Well, if this is a friggin' dick comparing contest, look at my state. I mean,
you win hands down.
look at what we got.
You
for
win,
our
Scoop.
governor when-
You win. You
Look
win.
at my governor when I was a kid. We had Don Mario, and I mean, he was more connected than Ma Bell. Everyone used to refer to him as that. And I remember that when I was a kid. Like all the old drivers, they would refer to him. I figured out who it was. I was a little kid. I'm on the floor, and somebody called him Governor Cuomo, like one of the young drivers, and the older drivers yelled at him. They're like, "Don't use that name. It's Don Mario." Good. I mean, I heard that in 1984, and I remembered that since then. And we got his son. That other one. Oh, that piece of shit.
I always say, it's like, oh, but you guys, Chicago keeps re-electing these corrupt people. I'm just like, can you point to the person on the ballot that I should be voting for? Because it's looking pretty fucking dire here.
Write yourself into your ballot.
Which
Fuck it.
Yeah,
which
right.
turd smells the best?
That's basically voting in Chicago. Which turd smells the least?
That's voting in general, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I'd say at this point, fuck it, just write other and write in your own name and say, there you go, I voted for myself. Fuck you all.
I mean, at this rate, in the next presidential election, I'm writing in giant fucking meteor. I refuse. I fucking refuse to vote for Trump. Boomer Trump.
All right, guys. Here's another one right here I just found. CBS News is reporting an Alberta man changed his gender on his government ID for cheaper car insurance.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Wait, women get cheaper car insurance?
Yes.
yeah, that's
Not in
that's
Florida.
like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like that's fucking where's that? Because that ain't Earth.
Alberta. Alberta, Canada.
That's Canada, of course.
Figures.
That's
Well, up
crazy.
here in the Pacific Northwest, women get cheaper car insurance. Never mind the fact that I've seen like 20 women get into accidents and then run in the past year. Women still get cheaper car insurance up here in Oregon.
That's funny.
We have to pay twice the premium.
I gotta keep my mouth shut.
Lucy's right
Very
there.
good idea.
He's gonna get in trouble.
I'm married.
That's all right.
Scooby.
You know what?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
get the rolled up.
my wife doesn't drive. My wife never bothered to get a license. She doesn't drive. Her excuse is, I have you. So, she's the only person you'll ever meet. She owns a brand new car. She's never been behind the wheel of it because I drive the damn thing. Yeah. It's amazing. She's got herself a car and a chauffeur.
Got the DOG sitting here staring at me with his head on the arm of the couch, wanting to go OUP.
Butch.
Well, you need to go take care of the puppy. We'll be here for a while laughing about straws and Cuomo and other bits of insanity. I never really thought it could have gotten any fucking stupider than this shit happened.
Oh, it's even stupider.
He can wait. He knows he doesn't go until after midnight.
I was going to say Burnside. I don't know if you're aware of it. Holder decided. Eric Holder said he was going to run.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, humor me.
President.
Ah!
Oh, my God.
Fuck him. I'll vote for Trump twice just to spite the son of a bitch.
Oh, man, we've got to get...
I'll dig up my old fucking paperwork from Sweden and I'll vote twice. Fuck him. Fuck him very much. Yeah, he wants blanket amnesty. All right.
Yeah, we've got to get...
US ID.
Yeah, we got to get Sessions out, man. We got to get Sessions out and get fucking Trey Gowdy in and go after the corruption of that fucking... I can't stand him either. And I was hopeful, but fuck.
So, guys, I've got one more here, and this is actually something I'm surprised to be seeing a news article about.
What's up?
Forced transgender boy quickly returns to normal after removal from mother's care.
Thank you.
Oh, imagine that.
7-year-old boy has been removed from his mother's care by a high court after he was found to be suffering significant emotional harm due to his mother raising him as a girl.
See, and that shit's been going on for a long time. That's been going on since the 30s at least, the 20s and 30s. There's been record cases of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jesus, finally some court with a fucking an actual brain that works.
You know, this is when you take somebody like that and you use a certain local anesthesia and you remove the top of their head while they're still alive and you see how their brain functions and you leave them like that for a few months.
Put the little glass dome on it.
Yeah.
Clamp that shit down.
You can't ethically experiment on people against their will, Scoob. We've talked about this.
I'd really like them to honestly amend something in the Constitution where if we find you lacking in certain faculties, we're allowed to experiment on you for the common good. I guarantee you, these fucking super hyper liberals with their fucking whacked out ideas will curtail it a little bit if they find out we're going to do that to them. That's another thing, too. Look, I've been saying
but what are they going to try to do to me?
Well, think about it. No, you see enough people walking around with their fucking, their brains under glass and shit. You start thinking about shit. You know what I'm saying?
But what are they going to do to me, man? I'm considered radical by these same nut jobs.
You'll be fine because the government will give you a clean bill of health due to your military service.
Well, think about this. What are you doing that they would? What are you doing that they would consider, off? This is actually what she was doing is sick. See, she was doing this to a child. I mean, you're not doing anything to kids.
What about the video I cut this morning?
Sake. Why don't we give the broad a noose and go, here you go, done deal.
What about the video? What about the video I cut this morning, where I was actually encouraging people to prepare in the event that their state started banning plastic straws and everything else? And now all of a sudden, 3 new states are banning plastic straws.
I showed it to my mother, actually.
Well, I think that bill covers sporks and throwaway, one-use throwaway items is the way it's written.
They better not take my fucking sporks, man.
I'm telling you.
Most of them are going to cover sporks and throwaway plastic silverware. And throw away plastic food containers.
What the hell? Disposable plastic is the security guard's best friend.
Okay, folks, let me point something out to you. Now, this is something you might have all overlooked. Who manufactures these and where they manufacture? Because if these are states that flipped red during the election, this might actually be like they're punishing them. Like, okay, you didn't want to vote for Hillary, so we're going to take away your industry.
Well, Diamond and... Diamond and Crystal are the two biggest manufacturers of straws and plasticware, and I believe one's in Florida and one's in Georgia.
And didn't they both turn red?
Both of them went red for the election, yeah.
So maybe that's what this is.
Well, Georgia's been pretty red for presidential elections pretty consistently for the past 30 years.
Well, cool. What about the people who were involved with the, let's say, the executives of these companies? How would they vote during the election? Did they, let's say, were they vocal with their support of Trump? I mean, these are Democrats we're dealing with. They're complete, dirty, cock-sucking scumbag bastards. So we can't put anything past them. You know, I mean, these are people that look at that Cyrus broad that she has her daughter out there acting like a piece of meat on a hook. I mean, these people are complete fucking animals. Seriously,
Yeah,
look at
there are a bunch of fuckers that say, "Oh yeah, we're all for gay rights, but we love communism too." When in actuality, if you're gay in a communist country, you'd be publicly executed and butchered like an animal, like a rabid animal, because yeah, you have no human rights as a homo in a communist country. But oh no, it's communism so sodomously progressive.
Yeah, and I look at it like this. I mean, these people, they got no souls. Seriously, I mean, I would say this is the reason they chose the color blue, because it's, the color of dead things. I'm sorry, I don't put anything past them. I honestly think that they would try to do some crazy shit like this just to punish these people and their companies for not voting the way that they wanted to. They're nuts. They're nut jobs. Look at the horrible shit that they're doing. Look at the insanity. I keep telling you, I showed Burnside the map. Mark my words. You're going to see it within the next 6 years. You're going to see these lunatics try to start us up. I'm all for it. Come across my property. Fucking castle doctrine.
Man, if they really do, I think they're in much more trouble than they think. I've seen some of these people who have talked about a leftist civil war, and they're talking about tactics and strategy, and the shit that they're talking about is so far out of date and so far whacked out that they don't even realize they're talking losing strategy the second they bring it up. Some moron was claiming that if they could keep California, they could win the Civil War and take back most of the United States.
Right.
Because of the mountain ranges. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, seriously? Please. All it takes is one crazy-ass son of a gun like me with some explosives at Monument Canyon, and California has no water.
Do you know how many bikers I know they actually have? They bought like hacksaws and axes and shit and put them on the side just for the day that these people uprise, so that they can actually dismember the motherfuckers.
Treat them like vampires.
No, like take their heads off and put them on sticks in their front yard. Seriously, I know. You know how many Mongols, pagans, Hell's Angels, Chinglings, friggin' chosen souls,
I know.
Untouchables. I know so many of these guys from.
Shit, man, the Gypsy Jokers have been picking up machetes for that shit.
Yeah. Go,
I know.
I go when I go and I see these people with their red stars. I smile at them. I say, "I'm glad you're wearing that bullseye." Fucking animals. I don't know. I seen a couple of them MS-13 earlier when I was out and about. Fucking cholo bastards. And he said, "But my governor's gonna take straws away."
Yep.
I got these fucking 4-foot tall gangster mutant bastards from that friggin' snuck in the country, cutting up children with axes in the park across the street from my college. But this son of a bitch is gonna ban straws.
Scooby, I've got an idea. You should open a scrotum plating shop. Where you can, do the gold and silver plating, maybe platinum plate some of those MS-13 guys' scrotums.
Take them out of the circulation because their junk's platinum plated. Yeah.
There's a line, believe it or not. I may have a hot-blooded temper, but I know people. There's a line of people.
Didn't we do that story here where that guy died?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He died trying to gold plate his testicles. Yeah.
I just keep thinking about this shit over and over, and it gets my goat. I'm kind of glad in a way that moron, that fucking Ocasio-Cortez, that she got elected up over in Queens, because She's a complete fucking spaz. And the Democrats, they never dreamed in a million years we're gonna let dirty people from all over the different parts of the world that don't have no education. But you know what? They're not educated. These fucking morons. They can look at a poster of a girl, realize the letters. You know those funny things that when you put them together, they make words because most of them are illiterate. But they can figure out, oh, okay, she's away. These fucking morons never dreamed that they were gonna get usurped. That's what arrogance leads to.
Well, here's the deal with her. She's dumber than dirt. And it's just like, you know, she's proof that the PPAS, you know, extends outside of YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, did you hear her talking on Fox News about how she's going to pay for the health care? She was talking about cutting spending on the military, so on and so forth. She was going to generate $2 trillion. Well, the CBO just announced that the medical care program she's recommending, Medicare and Medicaid for all, is going to cost like $30 trillion.
I thought it was 32.
30 to 32, depending upon which document you're looking at. There was a dissenting opinion that said 30.
Right,
so,
we can actually nitpick over $2 trillion.
Yeah. Let's nitpick over the $2 trillion there, Scoop, because, you know, 28 trillion and 30 trillion, they're so different numbers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Trillion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thank God my father's dead. This will kill him.
Yeah, man, I can't get into the VA hospital to be seen when I've got a severe case of sinusitis. I have to wait 3 days, at least.
For fuck's sake.
Or sit in the ER.
That's another thing that can be laid at Obama's feet. You know, the service guaranteed. It's in there. It's you serve the country. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I know.
Scooby, breathe.
Yeah.
Well, it's what it is you know when all that shit got exposed during his presidency, he replaces them with fucking political fucks. He doesn't replace them with actually people that can actually fix the shit. He used to rewarding people, you know, that help. You know, it's all this fucking political game, and so now something has to be done, and the people that have to do it can't. You know, there was a couple of lucky spots, like I think Arizona, and I can't remember. Is it I'm going to say North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere like that, where they actually got their, got improvement in the VA, and the rest of it's just all fucking morons.
Yeah. Well, both. I mean, Bush. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Look at Bush's appointments. I mean, look at oh God. I forget the guy's name, but when I say like cookie cutter, this guy was a shit kicker that he sent into Fallujah, and he completely destroyed any inroads that were made over there because he completely mismanaged everything. Just this is why I voted for Trump, specifically because he's putting people into these positions that know what the fuck they're doing. Everyone was screaming about Pruitt, and I'm looking at the guy's record. I'm like, this is the guy I would want in there. Everyone was screaming about DeVos, and I'm looking at her record. I'm like, this is the person you want in there. You don't want somebody who's going along with the Obama and Bush doctrine.
Exactly.
You want somebody who's actually knows about education. You want somebody, like people are screaming at me. They're like, well, the person who I think was Pruitt was in charge of the environment. They're screaming, he doesn't know what he's doing. And I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, he knows what he's doing. He's been involved in businesses of this caliber before. You have to understand. You guys are looking at you're chaining yourselves to the fucking thing because you want to save the whales. These people are like, okay, how are we going to save the whales? Let's look at the data. You fucking smelly, patchouli smelling motherfuckers.
Hey.
Communists.
At least.
Wow.
At least they're only chaining themselves to barrels over there in New York, Scoob. Over here on the left coast, they've been sticking their freaking arms in barrels of concrete still wet.
Oh, good. So you know what you do then? You walk over and you just tip the barrel over and you kick it down the street.
Break their fucking arms.
Yeah, and the best part is their arm breaks and the barrel still keeps rolling.
No shit, man. Those stupid motherfuckers.
Roll on over.
I mean, somebody...
Except the problem is there's like 20 of those barrels chained together, and you got a person in each one.
Get a
And they're chained to the freaking tracks.
Have races. Seriously, bro. I'll sell. I got my car on the side of the house.
We'll print tickets.
Yes, I want tickets to get there.
All you need is one of those like mini shovels, man. You know those one person earth moving shovels, and just start tipping the damn thing over and saying, "Okay, y'all still want to stay? You still want to stay?" You know, and keep pushing until the first guy pops over. You know,
we'll go late at night. We'll wait till the cops.
I got an idea.
What's up?
Okay, how about we see how many we can hitch to our cars, and we have a race.
I was gonna say what we can do is we go there with a bolt cutter and we cut the chain. That way they're a little loose now, and we just start. You know, I mean, they're gonna try to fight us, so you just punch them in the face. That way, you knock them out. So until you get them lined up, and we just line them up on the top of the hill, and we tilt the barrels over, and we let them go down, and we take bets to see who gets down to the bottom first.
Oh Jesus!
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Oh my God!
Now here's the best thing: the one who gets down to the bottom last, that's the official loser. That's the one we do the group photo where we teabag him.
So what do you want to do with the crazy mofos that hang themselves off the bridges?
Oh wow! You've played horseshoes before, right?
Yeah, man. I used to get kicked out of the leagues in the Army because I had ringer the first couple of rounds, almost every shoe, and so they banned me from the event after a couple of rounds.
Yeah, Southern boys are pretty good at playing that shit.
Yeah, they forgot that they opened it up for everybody, and so I'd go over there and I'd put my name down, and they'd usually. I remember the one time they stuck me with Boomhauer from Texas. And so it was ringer, and then he threw it. It was ringer. And the other two that were playing against us just looked at us and shook their heads and sat their shoes down.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So they hang themselves with a dangling under the bridge?
Yeah, they dangle off the bridge, man. They put on these climbing harnesses and they lower themselves down to stop the drilling platforms that drill off the coast.
I thought the idea was if you're going to do something crazy like that, you're going to pack a parachute or one of those wingsuits.
Well, what you do is you just go to the auto parts store and you get yourself a mandrel bent exhaust pipe, just a tip. And just like I said, like horseshoes, you just try to see if you can horse collar them with it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and because those things can get expensive, attach a good liner rope to the thing, and that way, if it bounces off of them, you just reel it back up and you drop it down again. If it, you keep doing it till you hook them. And the trick is, it's a race to 10. You just grab 2 of those pipes, and you and a friend, you just find 2 of these hippies, and you start doing it.
I like this. We should make this a thing.
Oh, I just thought of a great idea. You know what you can do? Bro, you're gonna love me for this.
Yeah.
Order them right now off of the net. You can go look around. I know you can find them. Find a really big "Make America Great Again" vinyl stickers. You're gonna have to come out of pocket for it, but it'll be worth it. Print them out and go and apply them to the barrels that these guys are stuck in.
Oh hell yeah!
And then take pictures. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that would be priceless to catch all these anti-oil activists and "Make America Great" barrels. I guarantee they'd flip their lids.
Oh
man.
yeah, they'd start hacking off their arms if they have cemented into the barrels.
God, think about that shit.
Oh God, my sides hurt from laughing.
Dude, it's
man.
great.
The ones I laugh at are
these guys.
The ones I laugh at the most are the crazy kayak activists, the ones sitting there in the river on their plastic kayaks made from oil, trying to block the oil ships. to protest the use of oil.
You know what? You know what would be a wonderful thing for like a man of the street kind of thing is like ask somebody if they're for the all right, hold on, the deforestation of plastic trees, right? Because I guarantee you, man, half the people that you're gonna be asking, these young, especially the younger people, don't know where plastic comes from, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's the trees that make the plastic, of course. You know, so.
I like this idea. I guarantee a good chunk of them are gonna fall for it because I mean, they're dumb enough to think that communism gives you human rights if you're a faggot. So I mean, by all means.
Well, you see what Mark Dice was doing, right? When he was walking around, I think it was Santa Barbara, and he was telling them about, he was getting them to sign a petition against Trump's kids because they shot an endangered Triceratops.
I love that.
I saw that, man. That was priceless. That was utterly priceless.
What about when he was offering them like gold, like 14 ounces of gold versus a $20 bill? And they were like, taking it was at that point. I think the gold was worth like $500 or $600, and they were taking the 20s. And then there was the one where he was offering a Hershey bar versus the gold brick, or the silver brick, and they were taking the Hershey bar. It was fucking stupid.
See,
man.
that just shows a fundamental lack of knowledge of anything.
Did you guys see the InfoWars memes they made about that? It was fucking.
I bet that was funny as shit, man.
Oh, it was great. They were like, President Trump and his sons and Vladimir Putin went on a hunting trip to hunt a pterodactyl and stegosaurus and velociraptors, very, very endangered African velociraptors. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? These people are falling for this shit?
Did you?
I mean, after the fucking Jurassic Park movie, there's people that thought that the dinosaurs were real. So
yeah, I remember that from the '90s.
People were googling plane trips to Wakanda.
Yep.
All they gotta do is drive 30 minutes outside the city, and they'll run into Wakanda, Illinois.
There you go.
They don't need a fucking plane.
I like how they had to put out a thing that says, "Please stop asking us for vibranium. We don't have any."
Oh,
Wakanda, Illinois.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for them to drop them. I called up Nike and somebody said something like, they're like, no, we're not doing that. Because I asked them, I said, so when are you going to drop the Air Wakan?
Oh, God.
I got the number for the local rep. I actually have like a
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, I called up because
They really should do that. They should really have Nike Wakanda sneakers.
Well, and what's amazing is that as long as, this shit's been a pretty long time now, and there's still people that would fall for it. That's what is amazing to me.
I actually think, honestly, that's kind of cool marketing that they'll never do because toys now are stupid.
Yeah, sad to say.
That would be actually pretty cool. It's cute.
I mean, it would be a cool idea to literally, just like what they kind of in inverse of what they did with the, what the hell was it? The gender fluid makeup thing, where like they literally would make a Wakanda line of shoes.
Gender fluid makeup.
What? Yeah, literally, this is a thing. People made gender fluid makeup.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
You could do the same thing with Wakanda sneakers.
It's just a
And
marketing
just take
ploy.
silvery thread, and then there you go. Oh, quote, vibranium thread, as in reference to the color. People will be fucking stupid enough that they'll think it'll be actual vibranium, so they'll start shooting themselves in the feet.
I talked to somebody about this the other night, and I was telling them the reason, because somebody said, there's the whole push that they're seeing, like, with the diversity and the gender thing and everything, and I said, this is what you're seeing is, the same thing happened in the 90s. What you're dealing with is what we call inept executive decisions. In the 90s, violence was the hot button. So they nerfed the shit out of everything. They took away the Ninja Turtles nunchucks. The Ghostbusters stopped fighting ghosts and started doing musical numbers. they started changing all of the cartoons. They started changing everything. They started removing all the violence. They took Looney Tunes off of the air.
Yeah, I remember that.
that's
Also
pissed
canceled
me
Ren and
off.
Stimpy.
Oh, that pissed me off like no tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
they started doing that, and now this is what you're having now. The reason you're seeing all of this gender and diversity shit is because it's these executives are now trying to compete with each other and then trying to one up each other and top each other. So just like how they destroyed that industry in the 80s and 90s, now they're going to destroy the newer industries with their diversity and gender shit. So you're going to see the same thing again, like you've seen in the late 90s into the early 2000s. It was like a desert. There was nothing entertaining on. It was all that weird shit that they were pushing on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, and which a lot of you grew up on. I hate to say, a lot of you younger people with that weird shit you used to watch.
Is that why my
But
Abby is wearing a suit?
it's possible.
I think I look good.
No, that's all right. Hey, look, I'm sorry the other day that Yak the Hitman. I didn't know it was supposed to be a picture of you. I'm saying, wow, this is a very feminine looking guy. Seriously, I'm looking at the picture. I feel very because I was like, that guy is very feminine look, but you do look good in a suit. I'll give you that. And you got great taste, by the way. That was
You had a slightly gay moment.
It's very boy-esque. You know.
I had a gay moment. I was just looking at the picture. I'm like, this does not look like a guy. That was my whole thing, and I'm like, wow. I was actually concerned because it looked like Yakuza, and I'm like, wow, she's crazy.
Did you like?
Were
Yakuza
hitman?
Were you feeling funny down there, man? You know what I'm saying?
No. Nah. Look, I told you
speaking
before,
of
whenever I've had, like, I did it to my gay friends, I felt horrible. They started making out. I mean, I projectile vomited off.
Oh,
you know.
Hello.
Yeah, I didn't realize it for whatever reason. I think I have like my stomach is homophobic. The rest of me is cool, but my stomach for some reason, you know. I got gay friends, but like even lesbians, the minute they start making out of me, all of a sudden, like I reverse gears and blow chunks. I don't know.
Hey, Scoob.
Yo,
I'm just like I've always been a tomboy, but here's the thing: tomboy's not a gender. It's just being a tomboy.
That's true. You're
There's
absolutely
nothing
right.
wrong with that. It doesn't have to be more than that.
All right, everybody. As a group, we need to say hello to Goatman.
You will now have become your
Hello,
own gender.
Goatman.
Ready?
Hey, Goatman.
Hey, Goatman.
Hello, Goatman.
Hey, Goatman.
All right.
Give us your good motherfucker.
We've been blessed. Thank you,
Protect our
guys.
stream from crashing, Goatman.
That's right. Thank you, people.
Hey, Scoob, I just put a meme up for you in the Chaos 120 cheat sheets. I can send you one of those if you need it, since Governor Cuomo is going to ban the plastic straws.
Yeah, I seen. I was actually. Oh God.
You need me to send you a semi-automatic assault straw dispenser?
Yeah, you know that he renamed the Tappan Zee the Mario Cuomo Bridge.
Really?
Yeah. The Tappan Zee Bridge. He renamed it the Mario Cuomo Bridge.
You don't name shit after yourself.
No, it's named after his father.
Okay.
His father, Don Mario. There was 6 families in New York. He ran New York State. That was the 6th family. That was the joke. That fucking dirty prick bastard. Man, he's spinning his grave so hard that people hear the whirring.
You really don't like him.
What's that noise?
Scooby just wants him to spin so hard he boils himself right down to hell.
Yeah, basically. Oh, yeah, I just. Oh my God! Look,
You can keep that. You're welcome.
I do like that. Thank you, by the way. You know what it is? I mean, between him and Alfonso D'Amato, seriously, I mean, I always felt bad for my mother because, you know, the Irish Catholics within Chicago with their politics, my God, you never got a break. They were just degenerates. And then you had these charmers. You had D'Amato and you had Cuomo. My God, it made me want to tell people that I was freaking Napoli Don. Like, they were just, so embarrassing, the two of them. D'Amato was actually clean. He was just a moron. But, oh my God, fucking Cuomo. Oh, he was in so many people's pockets. I'm surprised he could breathe. Sorry, I don't mean to turn this into the Mario Qual. I'm gonna stop bitching.
Well, you know what, man? It's like
No, it's fine. You've got every reason to bitch. They were trying to take your straws from you, man.
well, I can turn this into let's see how pissed we can make
Now
Scooby.
says you are not allowed to have sports, goddammit.
No, bro, you don't want to get me too pissed. I'm a big man. I'm over 200 pounds.
Okay, man. We won't go there. But I really want to.
Oh, I know. Believe me, it's entertaining as hell getting me, but it goes dark. That's the whole
So,
thing.
Irving, what do you think of all this insanity of these straw bans?
Me?
That was a lot
Yeah.
of quiet. There was a lot of quiet.
What was it? China and India spit out 90% of the world's plastics into the oceans. Is this correct?
That's
yeah,
correct.
that's true, actually.
So-
and
so-
like 3, and most of it comes from 3 rivers.
Yeah, and they're expecting, eventually, I imagine, everyone in the Western Hemisphere to give up the use of plastic straws to make zero total effect on the world's plastic in the ocean problem.
Right.
Like
You're
1%
saying most of these
effect.
straws end up in the landfills. I imagine some of them actually get recycled too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, very
Is it
small amount,
recycled?
but there are places that do recycle all the plastic that they use.
Yeah.
Yeah, up here, all the plastic now. Even some of the styrofoam can go in our recycling bins.
Well, I think we need to
Not if it's had food in it. Yeah.
save the
I
vinyl
actually
trees.
prefer to use I prefer to use the corn-based plastics because they're even easier to recycle or biodegrade.
Oh yeah,
Here's the
that is
kicker.
almost like it's like a glucose cellophane or something.
Yeah.
I roll joints in that shit. They're all right.
Now, let me ask you this. I just thought of something a little bit deeper. Like you said, now, what if, now bear with me on this one, all of a sudden you start seeing straws again in these places and you start seeing forks and you're like, I thought this shit was banned, but then you look, now it's this new biodegradable type. Now, here's the thing. Who got the kickback?
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd
Follow
the
them.
money go?
That's
Yeah,
good. Thank you.
Yeah, you got to follow them.
Biodegradable, not in my lifetime.
Monsanto. That's where the kickback went to.
Oh my god.
Something else that I was reading about.
Corn-based fucking plastics. Yeah. Holy shit.
So we
You're onto
actually ship out some of our recyclables to China to be recycled there for reasons I don't fucking know. And some of the Chinese firms have the nerve to say that Americans don't rinse out their shit enough. I'm just like, well, you don't actually sort your trash at
A
all.
little
So
more
that's
fagging
bullshit.
there. Thank you.
Wait. China actually can't
Oh,
produce
God.
or purchase enough metal for the production that they're experiencing right now. So they're actually buying waste metal from everybody. That's why that's happening.
They're asking us to wash it a little bit better, and I say go fuck yourself.
Tell them to wash their dicks.
Wash your own shit and like clean up your plastic while you're at it.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
how
heard-
about we tell China to stop making rice out of plastic bags?
That'd be not. Yeah, that was fucked up.
well,
Don't
if you
you guys
want to
remember
actually,
that?
if you want to hurt China, don't ever shop at Walmart and don't ever shop at Costco, and you'll hurt China severely.
I don't shop at
Oh,
Walmart
yeah.
to the point where I will wait outside in a turned-off car in the winter, rather than go in to just get a bottle of soda. Fuck Walmart.
Costco is actually an abbreviation for Chinese overseas trading,
Mhm.
and oh god, I forget what the other trading container and something. I forget what the rest of it stands for, but that's what that is.
Not Costco. Costco.
Yeah,
There's no
I'm
T in
sorry.
there. There's no T in there.
Oh, whatever. I got that accent.
Yeah, that's why I was mentioning it. But not the nice-ass big box retailer.
Yeah. No, you gotta understand. Like, I look sometimes. I'll look at something I write, and I'm like, "What the fuck? I didn't spell it right." And I realize I look at it, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm mispronouncing it that badly."
You sounded it out. Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, it sucks.
I do that too. I'm just like, oh, nobody else says that anywhere else but the Midwest. Fuck.
Well, they used to teach this shit called phonics. I'm just saying.
Don Phonics.
Well, it used to work. I'm just saying.
Midwestern nasal twang is this worst accent.
Hey, Irate, I learned to read with phonics, so it's okay.
I did too, man. In Tennessee.
Yep,
In
Tennessee.
In Las Vegas.
I sound like Fran Drescher when I get a cold because I talk out of my nose.
Oh, you shouldn't say that to me. I got a thing for Fran.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Fran Drescher, yeah, no, she actually lives about 20 minutes away from me. So.
Huh.
Well, yeah, Flushing, Queens. I'm in Lindenhurst. Lindenhurst, 20, 25 minutes, if that. So. I've been over there all the time. Oh my God, did I have a thing for her when I was a kid? Well, especially with that accent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was fine, man. She was fine. I mean, come on.
I find her really, really annoying.
Well,
like really fucking annoying.
The voice, yeah, you know, but hey, you know, the rest of her was fantastic.
Oh no, the voice was actually what did it for me. You have to.
Dude, think of the sound she's gonna make when you're plowing her.
Oh,
yeah, I do actually. That's the whole thing. Especially if it was me, believe me. No, I had a thing for her, and I had a thing for Marissa Tomei.
Oh yeah.
I think I told you this, Prostate. The redhead that was in Gremlins 2.
Oh yeah.
And even though it was a stage accent, she did it perfectly. Annie Potts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
When she was in Ghostbusters, oh my God.
Thumbs up on that one, man. She's one that escaped a lot of people, man. Yeah, good for you.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
no, I hate that accent. I can't.
It's because I grew up around it. I love a thick new accent. It drives me nuts. Like, you know, I just, especially if they have like a really sexy voice, you know, like a really deep voice, or not. I don't want to say deep, but more like sultry. A really sultry voice. Like, believe it or not, Tara does it perfectly when she starts talking to Burnside. She actually sounds like my wife, because my wife sounds just like Harley Quinn from Batman. You know, I wonder if she's awake. I'll go annoy her.
Oh dear.
Oh man. Well, shall we move on to another news story?
Sure.
Oh yeah, she's unconscious.
What else we got, man?
Well, okay. I need to begin this. All right. Last week, Big Fat Brian and I, we do this weekly show where we look at stuff on Netflix. And last week, we have 1 week out of the month is true crime. And we did this show called The Staircase. And at some point, it exposes how corrupt, for a certain period of time from like 1986 till I want to say 2002, the Bureau of Investigation, where they did all their lab work, was more corrupt as fuck. They were hiding evidence, they were fudging evidence, they were fabricating evidence, right? And so it helps this guy get off. All right, and it just tells you how fucked up North Carolina's judicial system is. I mean, because the DA in the case is not in prison; he's a judge, you know. Now, so with that in mind, and then there was the Duke lacrosse thing, right? Which was a total fabrication from this fucking DA, this other DA that worked for this guy that's in the movie. Or the series, actually. It's 13 episodes. So with that in mind, this is a story about Duke. It's dailywire.com. It's on the, if y'all want to look at it, it's the Chaos 120 cheat sheet. It's, I want to say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up with the little church-looking thing. And so it says, Duke University has settled with a student who had been suspended for alleged sexual assault just before the trial over his lawsuit was about to begin. The Daily Wire has learned, I apologize. This is the second time in 6 months that Duke has made such a settlement before a trial. Claire McKenna had his name dragged through the mud after a female student he met during his freshman year when he was still 17 accused him of sexually assaulting her, according to the Duke Chronicle. The two had met in a bar on November 14, 2015, began kissing as they danced together. The female student, who was not named in the legal documents because she is not being sued, then invited McKenna back to her room, allegedly just to continue making out. But McKenna says that she did not object when he stopped to pick up a condom, and he says he did not deny that she did not deny consent through her words and actions. And she says that she told him no and pulled away before sex began. McKenna says that they engaged in other sexual activity before and after intercourse. And then she told him that he did not have to wear a condom after it kept falling off. Months later, the woman would claim that McKenna sexually assaulted her at a Duke hearing panel, suspended him for 6 semesters. This panel, which heard the case on July 7, 2016, did not unanimously believe that the woman verbally said no during the activity, but also didn't believe McKenna had demonstrated that he had obtained affirmative consent. McKenna, who was on a student visa from UK, he's a British soccer player, right? Appealed for the panel's finding because he did not believe the panel properly applied a reasonable person standard in determining whether the accuser's actions confirmed his consent. McKenna, who is believed the panel to ignored evidence that damaged the accuser's credibility. She claimed that she did not want to have sex with the soccer player because she was a virgin, but McKenna says that one of his testaments had a previous sexual relationship with her. The panel said it was attempted to contact the player 3 times. McKenna says they used unfamiliar conference call number instead of the number that they used to contact him with previously. Not knowing who was calling, the teammate did not answer. The appeal panel stated that procedural errors within the investigation or hearing process may have significantly affected the finding. And so, and instead of going to court and losing their ass in a lawsuit judgment, they went ahead and settled with him. And this is the second case that they've settled with under similar circumstances. So once again, it's the that's that North Carolina. It looks like that home cooking started up all again, which is being at this point in time is being challenged by because of this thing that came out on Netflix, right? So they're probably making all this shit go away because of that stuff. Is what I was thinking. Yeah.
Interesting. Sounds like some hearsay nonsense.
Yeah, well, it's like I think they tried to railroad him, and he figured that shit out and got a good lawyer. And
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is the bullshit with that hashtag communist2 me too bullshit.
Right. It's gone too far.
Yeah, it's fucking sabotage. You know, you don't put their quad-gender trans-dimensional groaning lord sodomite in there. Then they decide they want to call you a rapist and all this shit and just answer hashtag me too, hammer and sickle.
Right.
So Burnside, did you see that Richard Art's trying to get a hold of you in the chat?
Oh, no, I'm on the phone, so I have been unable to view chat.
Okay, he's asking about he did some fan art.
Oh, that was cool of him. No, I have been away for several days because I've been taking care of shit and sleeping like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those fucking night shifts, man, I tell you.
It's on Twitter.
Ah, crap. Okay, I'll have to get on there when I get home from work in the morning then.
Yeah, and if anyone's been trying to hit me up in chat, whenever we're using Discord, because my computer's such a piece of garbage, I can't use Discord and open YouTube because it'll actually make me robot, so I can only have Discord open.
Well, the good thing is you won't have that problem for long. I just have to sanitize and de-sodomize that computer, and you'll be good to go, buddy.
Awesome, you're the man.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. maybe actually start to, who knows, maybe I could get a software program on there and actually start making videos. Just standing in an old abandoned freaking fallout shelter screaming into my wife's phone.
Hey, to be fair, Scoob, I tend to sit in the living room and scream at my laptop. So
I got nowhere where I could film any videos. So I lucked out. I think I told you there's a park over by me, and it's got a it's got like an old fallout shelter in it. So I'm friendly with the groundskeeper. I'll go there. I'm like, yo, Nikki, can I use the fallout shelter? This will be, as long as you're not pissing in there like the homeless guys. I don't give a fuck. Okay, cool. So so I get to use the fallout shelter to film stuff. So pretty cool, you know.
I don't understand the whole like pissing on and or in a building.
It's set underground, and what it is, for whatever reason, I don't know how. He said, I don't know how the hell they keep getting in here. He's like, but you know, he's like, they must be using one of the entrances, you know, to the area. It's like a little small compound. I'm using like this area that they have in it. It's you know, it's basically just like a basement. There's nothing fancy.
If you're homeless and you wanted a place to sleep, I definitely wouldn't piss in it. I don't understand the logic.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what he said. And I agreed with you. You echoed our sentiment, because I said to him, if they came into an entrance, if they had to piss, why don't they just go walk over to the entrance and pee outside and then come back in?
Or like bring a bottle if you have a dick.
Yeah.
Pee in a bottle.
Yeah, you think common sense? Yeah, well, that's where you get the term from, you know, they shit where they eat, because this is when you have people that are doing something that asinine, there's your response.
This is why you're homeless.
Yeah.
Sorry,
exactly.
but...
Well, exactly. It's life decisions like that. Oh, wow, I found a really nice place to sleep. Let me piss here. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's dumb.
Here's the kicker: the owner of the liquor store that's across the street from me frequently chases like the homeless addicts away, because he's like, there's an alley 5 feet in that direction and 10 feet in that direction, but they have to piss on my wall. He's like, piss on the back wall. I don't give a shit. Just don't piss on the front.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because they got wet brain.
So he's like, so yes, I'm gonna hit you with a fucking broom.
Well, hopefully on the upside, though.
Fuck that.
I'm still gonna film there, but if I can get a camera, it'll be better quality, and I'll be able to film videos a few a day, because the thing is, I can only, when my wife comes home, like during the middle of the day, I get maybe an hour window that I have to shoot a video. And that's not every day. There are some days I just don't get that window. Like, I haven't had the opportunity in the past 2 weeks to film a video because she's been on vacation, so it's just how it goes.
There's one thing I might be able to. I was digging through my stuff, and I do have a webcam that should go to that computer.
Oh wow, yeah, because if it doesn't have a webcam, I mean, how old is it?
4 or 5 years, roughly.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it to work.
It should work just fine. I mean, the D20's been using it just fine. He hasn't had any problems with it. I just need to sanitize it and de-sodomize it.
All right, I'll give it a whirl.
Got that old webcam.
Inside, I'm putting the link for the Twitter that has your in a DM.
That's really sweet of him. God damn me in my fucking schedule. I probably seem like the most pompous prick that you know. I've just haven't taken notice of him, like literally throwing rocks, going, "Hey, asshole! I made that thing for you. Be grateful, motherfucker."
It's actually fucking awesome, dude.
It looks great. It does look cool.
Yeah, no, like his foreshortening, his anatomy. This kid's a fucking monster.
That's some good work. I like that. That's some good work. Good work, Rich.
Holy shit, that's kick ass.
Those hands, man, like that took me. I was in college when I started to be able to actually get a feel of the anatomy of hands, right, and not oversight.
No, like
if you go to his actual Twitter page,
so fucking cool.
below it is me.
God, I wish it was that fucking buff. I was about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Aww.
Shit, that's cool looking as hell.
He knows how to twist hips against shoulders, right?
Yep.
Took me a long time to learn this shit.
Oh.
And he's 15.
Yeah, he's a kid.
That's pretty fucking good, dude.
You know, some of this stuff is like PG, like and R-rated material. You really need to get permission from your parents to watch this show, in my opinion. But you know, hey,
Yeah.
just saying to cover my ass.
No, yeah, but also in between his art postings, he's like savage, like Cass Warfive.
In the general, I'm posting the link for the one that he did of me. It's awesome.
Yeah, this guy mastered the proportions. The muscles are nice and toned. I mean, even the detail he put into the rebreather and the filter. And if you look carefully, you can see the horns and the gas mask is actually split. One of the lenses is torn, like straight out.
Looks
Pretty
great.
good looking.
I'm following you now, Rich.
And your next prostate.
Oh,
I want a link. I
He's a
guess.
young kid too. This
Yeah.
kid. He's only 15. His work is really good.
where is
Yeah,
it?
like,
Let me find it.
I could see in 10 years that he's going to be like a driving force at a major
Oh,
comic book company if that's what he means to do.
Yeah.
God, I hope so. I really hope so. 'Cause
Thanks, Eric.
we need kids out there that aren't fucking commutards that actually know how to draw.
I'm going back for digital media design, so
Whatever you do, don't go to the Art Institute. They lost their accreditation.
no,
Are
I'm
you
not going
kidding?
to the Art Institute. That's for rich kids.
You
Tell
know-
me about that. No, I want to hear that, Burnside. What happened?
Long story short, because of the closures that they had over the years with the satellite campuses, and a lot of the screwing around that was going underneath over at the Chicago campus, the Higher Learning Commission basically pulled their accreditation.
Wow. That's huge,
Yeah,
man. Because, I mean, they were like, as a matter of fact, I knew a girl that had a fucking 4-year free ride, man, to that place. And she gave it up because she needed to be near her mommy. And this is back, you know, when that shit wasn't, she had some issues. I'll put it that way. This is a long time ago. Sucks. I would have given my left nut for that. I really would have given my left nut for that.
I'm going to school. A
That's
school
shot.
that's never losing their fucking accreditation.
That's right.
Yeah,
Man.
just whatever you do, if you're going to art school, don't go to the Art Institute. They've closed down a whole bunch of their satellite campuses, that of which were mismanaged. And pretty much the bigger colleges wound up taking over their autonomy until they had their teach outs. And yeah, it's just, most of it was not good. Like literally, one of the things they did at the Tinley campus, that my cousin, yeah, he went over there. This dumbass literally thought he was going to try and get into fashion photography.
High five, love.
Hot chicks, and instead he went.
Ro-
How about
Breaking
now?
up.
Dude, you're a bad
Yeah,
robot.
listen, yeah.
Hit F5 and then pop out and pop back in.
The
Yeah.
rum Fuhrer's got you.
Yes.
You know, before we get too far away from it, I wanted to say to Rich, if he's still listening, I was actually going to ask a few people, but I'm going to ask you first because you seem that you got enthusiasm, kid.
Damn.
I'm a writer by trade. I went to a bunch of different colleges here in New York for creative nonfiction. To give you an idea, if you ever read David McCullough's John Adams, I went to school to write like that. So basically, I could pretty much write the living shit out of a comic book is what I'm driving at. And I was actually thinking of writing a comic book, possibly even based on Chaos, just, because why not? So, Rich, I was actually going to ask a few different artists.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, Scoop. Do it.
Okay, calm down. I was saying I'm thinking of writing this, but I would need an artist. If Rich was interested, since I'm suspended on Twitter, Rich, anyone you see on the screen right now, just hit them up on Twitter, and that'll be good because it'll force them to, contact me. And everyone here, they need to get a fire lit under their ass. So. No, seriously though, Rich. Everyone here will contact me for you.
Yep.
So if you want to get in touch with them, because I'm off of Twitter right now, I've been kicking this idea around. Just because I figured why not? I'm a writer. There's a ton of artists on here, and I nearly forgot about you. I'm so glad that you were here tonight because I was actually going to mention this to these guys off air, and you brought it up right now by just showing up, so that's cool. So yeah, get in touch with me, man. Yeah.
Hashtag free Scooby again.
That's right.
Goofy Spaz.
Once more. God damn, we just need to just print T-shirts for God's sakes. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah.
If Scooby had sent me his avatar, I would do a T-shirt. Free Scooby.
Oh, okay, definitely.
Fuck it, man.
It's just one thing I almost forgot. Burnside had offered me. I have to send Burnside my avatar first before I can send it to you. He was actually going to change my avatar's eye color to match my eye color.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah, let's wait until you get the updated one, and then I'll do a shirt on my Redbubble that says hashtag free Scooby.
I would definitely
and
buy
on the
one.
back says hashtag Poofy Spaz.
Definitely. All right, I'll definitely.
Fuck yes.
Cool, thank you.
That's excellent, man. Excelente. Excelente. All
I don't have
right.
a thing yet.
Well,
I need a thing.
Richard Art's gonna. I suggested to him to draw a version of She-Ra to show Noelle Stevens how to really draw the feminine form. He says, "Hell yeah, girl! I'll do it."
I love this kid.
I do a redraw of a character I made up.
And I suggested to Rich, I don't know if he read it, to look up a guy named, I think his name is Bern Hogarth. Did a couple of books on drawing, and in particular, like human anatomy and what's it called? Dynamic wrinkles and folds, I think is the other. The way that clothes drape off of a person,
Right.
and a blanket bundles and stuff. The guy is phenomenal. He turns it into a science and somehow back into an art at the same time. And like, you're 15, these books are expensive. Ask your parents for like Christmas or birthday gift or Hanukkah, whatever the fuck you. But you know my point. You get my point. Don't be afraid to study as well as practice. There are masters of this stuff, and you should learn from them at every opportunity. And Hogarth, for what you're doing, he's the pinnacle of what you're doing.
And there's
Right.
another book. There's a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, and it teaches you just the basic exercises like blind contour and like looking at stuff upside down and drawing it, which will make you a better artist.
That's the best way to forge a signature. Just do it upside down.
Yep, and to look at your hand and don't look at the paper and just draw what you're looking at. It'll look like squiggles until it starts looking like a hand, and that kind of practice alone will help you immensely. So that's just one from Irate's School of Art. Yeah.
And fist bump to Catkin Siren, because somebody else knows of that guy. Okay,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
not making that.
No, man. Well, there's a title. The title of this episode is Irate Monday with Chaos 120, Reset the Clock. SPLC founder in deep shit. Okay? And
Oh yeah, you want to cover that one?
let's do it, man. I'm going to, Scooby, this is probably going to, trigger the, your,
The living bejesus out of you.
I'll try to curb it.
just,
Oh Lord.
if we can remove the liquid oxygen from the near vicinity, we'll try to keep you inside of the orbit this time.
You got it. I'll try to keep it down to a low roar.
All right.
So, do you want me to read this one, man?
Yeah, go for it. You got a beautiful voice. Go for it.
A recently uncovered court document from divorce proceedings from the prominent Southern Poverty Law Center figure alleges horrific conduct on behalf of one of the most influential lawyers of America. Maureen Dees, ex-wife of the SPLC co-founder Morris Dees, filed for divorce on March 8, 1979, after a decade-long marriage for marital difficulty. The appellate belief, the big league politics. The brief was filed by Marie Smith, Julia S. Waters, and Charles M. Cook, attorneys for Maureen, in an Alabama court of civil appeals. According to the court testimony, among other perverted sexual behavior, Dees attempted to molest his 18-year-old stepdaughter with sex toys.
Whoa!
Holly Buck was Marie's daughter from a previous marriage. Holly testified that in the summer of 1977, Morris attempted to molest her in the following incident. One night, Maureen and Morris were sitting drinking wine and discussing a case Morris was trying, the brief says. Holly was with them. Around 11 or 12 o'clock, Maureen went to bed, and Holly stayed up with Morris, discussing the case. Morris kept offering Holly wine. She accepted. Holly testified that she declined, choosing instead to go to bed, and went to her room, and then went to the bathroom, the document says. Looking out the window, she saw Morris in the bushes beside the bathroom window, looking in. She said, "Morris, is that you?" And he said nothing and ran away. 2 months later, things got worse. Morris entered Holly's room from Morris and this is from Morris and Maureen's daughter Ellie, and Morris is in Maureen's daughter Ellie's room. Through the bathroom, the document says. He was in his underwear and he sat on the bed where Holly was lying on her stomach facing away from the door. He touched her on the back and woke her up. He told her that he had brought her a present and presented her with a vibrator. He plugged it in and said that he had bought it for her, and he proceeded to rub her back. And he said, "Let me show you." Now, it devolves from there, and I really don't want to read the rest of that disgusting... But yeah.
She didn't stab him yet. Why?
I didn't stab him yet. Why?
Because it's illegal, Tara, to just go around stabbing people.
Well, and this is in 1977. This piece of shit got away with this shit. All right, the divorce went through. All right, and this paperwork got buried, man. All right,
it did, and this is from the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Exactly.
This is a group that has claimed that many people.
Oh, I guarantee you,
are
man,
hateful figures, including me.
I guarantee you, all of us have fucking streamed with somebody that's on one of their fucking lists. Okay.
Well, I'm on their list, man. I think you are too.
I probably am, man. Shit. I mean, I live in Alabama. You know, you can smell my fart, you motherfucker. I'm not talking to you, man. I'm talking to him.
I'm pretty sure Burnside's on there too.
It was?
It better be,
what kind of
goddammit.
list?
Morris Dees.
I would be insulted if I'm not on
the
her list.
Southern Poverty Law Center. You know, from associating with certain people on YouTube, I'm sure that we've been, classified as people to watch.
Probably on the
Tara might
goddamn
not be.
watch program.
What?
But Tara might not be, but I know I am.
I don't know
sure
if I am or
Burnside
not.
is.
I've never checked. I didn't think I'd be on a list.
Google yourself. Google yourself on this SPLC website.
I'm sure I am.
God, Burnside, that sounds horrible. You're telling her to Google herself. Oh man, my mind's getting dirty too. I must be becoming a dirty old man. I'm becoming a dirty old man.
I've Googled myself before and I don't come up with anything.
I Google myself all the time.
Oh God. Hey.
What was that noise?
No results.
Oh man.
I'm not toxic enough.
What was that noise?
Sorry about that. I think that might have been me, man.
I was going to. It sounds like a poodle giving somebody a blowjob or some shit, man.
Did you snort while you were laughing?
Yeah, I'm laughing too hard. That's the problem.
Oh my God! But shit, you know.
This is one of those days I wish I wasn't at work.
But you know, this is great that this news is coming out now, man, because this paints that piece of shit in the light he needs to be painted in, because he's made life very difficult for a lot of decent, good people.
Yeah, I mean the Southern Poverty Law Center.
I'm sure he's helped people, you know, here and there, but more there than here. So that's just my personal opinion. You know, nobody has to back me on that shit because, you know, I'm a big boy and I can handle anything. You know, but I'm glad that has come out.
I didn't do nothing. I'm a good girl. I'm not on the list.
Good.
You're not on the list at the moment?
Nope.
If you keep streaming with us, you'll eventually end up on the list.
Fuck the list.
Yeah, their list of evil people who are naughty and mean and, you know, racist or whatever they decide to call it.
Yeah, I'm sure that we're classified as outright, right? Because, you know, we're not fucking socialist. Therefore, you must be outright, of course.
It's just a new version of the blacklist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
cool. So if they put me on their list, I'm gonna start. Yeah.
You're gonna what?
If they put me on their list saying that, you know, because of socialism, like, listen, I'm down with socialism. Give me money. Seriously, just send me money.
Give me money. Free shit.
Yeah, give me free shit.
I am all for free shit. I'm pro free shit.
You know
the whole thing, Chicago is actually toying with the idea of doing a basic minimum wage, and it's like, hey, I'm against it, but I'm sure as fuck gonna take advantage of it if they do it.
Yeah.
Do you know during the election how many people were coming up to me like, yo, Scooby, you gotta vote for Bernie, man. He's gonna give us free shit. I'm not even kidding. That was like that pitch. I'm not voting for him for free. Nah, man, he's gonna give us all this free shit.
You know,
free, you idiots. What do you think?
Check this shit out, man. I asked my shit. How did she say it? I asked the niece that whose fiance was I spoke to directly to earlier. I asked her when she was 16 or 17 about, you know, it's like, are you excited when you will be able to vote? And she said, oh God, yeah. And I said, well, where are you leaning? Do you lean more Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, like that? And she goes, well, all my friends are like Democrats, but then again, who wouldn't vote for Santa Claus? That's my 16-year-old niece, man. Back in the day, so God love her. I every time I hear that shit, you know, I think about her. So yeah, and I said, "There's, she's fine." I can't walk it. But that's I don't know why I brought her up. I was just thinking about her. Maybe I need to call her.
Oh, that's cool.
No, man, no, that's good. That's good that she's figured that out. I mean, I know I was worried about my little sister.
Well, she's like 25 now, so she's had a chance to vote a couple times, and she's fixing to jump the broom with this dude and start a little family and shit. I guess it's crazy.
Good for her.
Reminds me of how fucking old I am.
But I know right when my little sister was getting ready to turn 18, I was worried as to how she was going to handle the vote politics.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down on the phone with her and I talked with her, and I realized she was just going to be just fine when she said she was looking forward to turning 21 so she could get concealed carry.
Exactly.
And I'm like, good, let me know, and I'll send you money for a holster.
Excellent.
You know, I actually had a problem when my niece started dating, and one of the guys in the neighborhood actually had he seen the kid up at the bar, and you know, I seen him afterwards, and he told me what he did. I'm like, bro, I didn't want it handled like that. what had happened was, this guy up in the bar, he was a bad cokehead. And my boy seen the kid who I had problems with because of my niece. So he turned to the guy who was a cokehead. He's like, yo, take him outside and ventilate him. I'll give you an 8-ball. So he took the kid up over underneath the train trestle and stabbed him 36 times in the chest.
Hey,
Jesus.
He survived. He survived.
damn.
You're
But
shit.
I go up to the bar. He's like, yeah, Scooby, I took care of your problem. I go, yeah, what'd you... Jesus Christ, I didn't want you doing that.
Oh shit, man.
That's not what I fucking meant.
Yes, wow. I thought you wanted it handled. Not like that.
Oh, just
There's
a tune-up.
handle, and then there's handle.
Scooby.
And then you learn somebody's a psychopath.
Scooby's just a tune-up, goddammit, a tune-up.
Yes.
That's all I wanted.
Tuned up.
No shit. Damn, it's
Oh,
5
man.
till.
We got tuned
Yeah,
up
it
already.
is.
I get. Listen, y'all want to do the? I guess it's time to do the shilling spill.
Yep.
Sure.
So let's go. Let's go with guest first. Since
Of course.
Miss Thorny, Miss Thorny, Thorn on the throne for
Sure.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything you want to show for us?
I don't have anything right now. I'm still kind of trying to get everything together. I should have a new video out fairly soon, hopefully this week. Possibly. Cross my fingers. Stuff keeps getting in the way.
Okay. Alrighty. And Irving?
Je m'appelle Irving Twin, Le Canadien en colère ivre. I have did a couple videos on the Danforth shooting a little while ago. If you care anything about Toronto or the Toronto homeless population, you can check out my back catalog. I have no idea what's coming next, but Trudeau is my fucking prime minister, so there's always some kind of bullshit going on in my country. You'll see something soon.
You poor bastard.
Well, you know, man, I'm seriously thinking about sending you some bunnies with chainsaws to help you out as your spirit animal.
Burnside?
Hey, if the Romfire's not killing me.
You're good.
Alright, cool. Let's see here. Yeah, we're working on backline. I found some fun stuff to go and add to that because we were looking around for a little while. Because we have a couple special effects we're trying to implement here, and I just finally found a few I can toy around with. So hopefully within the next few weeks I can get that all situated because I'm trying to put a little bit more of the special effects into backline. And aside from that, we might have a few things coming on next month in August. Although I don't know yet. But I will be keeping my eyes out to see if we're going to start banning straws because I just had this one crazy idea. Since these assholes are on about Russian collusion, how about we find a whole bunch of straws that are imported from Russia and we fucking mail it to them? That's a gibberish note. Gibberish notes.
The great Russian straw conspiracy.
Exactly.
I love it.
You know.
Great.
In Russia, straw bans you.
Actually, Tara should have been first after Thorn. Tara? Sorry about that.
Harrison, you can find me on pretty much any social media. Please go to my YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. The video of Darwinism at its best of teenagers swimming in a pool during a lightning storm.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
That's a good watch. That's good stupidity.
And you can even see my windshield wipers going in the video.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I've got to see that shit.
Okay.
It's not a very long video.
Veteran?
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Are you done yet, Tara?
go ahead. I'm tired. I was trying to think.
Okay. All right, Veteran?
Well, I am the Veteran Mountain Man. I will be hosting Chaos 120 tomorrow. I did go ahead and produce Prepared, and everybody go take a look at it. Because, with all these straw bans starting to go into effect, we know there's going to be more authoritarianism coming down, so I gave you a recommended prepare list.
Sure.
Also, don't forget, I am going to be doing more content. I do have some new shirts on Redbubble and Teespring. And of course, there's my social media connections: Gab, Twitter, Minds, BitChute. Don't forget to check them all out.
Killer. Scooby?
You guys know the deal. I'm Scooby331. You can follow me here on YouTube. I am on Minds.com, GabAI, Patreon and PayPal, which are finally working. If anyone would like to make a donation, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm trying to get a GoPro and a phone so I can live stream from Manhattan and show you this crazy shit as it unfolds in front of me. And I am still on Twitter, but I am temporarily suspended on there because Jack Dorsey's a punk.
Hashtag free Scooby, hashtag Poofy Spaz.
That's right.
Thank you. I'm probably going to try to put up a video this week. I have to see what happens. If there's something really good, I'm going to definitely cut a video. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Killer. And it's Irate Prostate. I want to wrap this stuff out. And tomorrow I'll pop by Red Pill Sharks and do my weekly drop. It may be Alex Jones. It may be me. Who knows? And then I'll probably pop by and hang out at Veterans Pad and do this same thing tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I don't have anything major planned. I'll probably be preparing for Hot Takes Thursday. We're doing a great little film that's available on Netflix. It was really weird because we brought it up like 2 weeks ago, and now it's available on Netflix. It's called The Rover, with Guy Pearce and Robert Pattinson. And I highly recommend you watch it, whether you watch the Hot Take show or not. And then we're going to talk about it Thursday. Friday, Cream Stream 48 with Doc Griffin. Drinks with Friends Saturday. And, of course, Sunday's ice cream interview will be The Killing Joke. A really awesome dude that I met Friday night, and it's going to be incredible. He's a great guy. So, and with that in mind, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Take care.